I've reviewed hundreds of tech resumes over the past year, helping tech professionals just like you scale their tech salary. I'm gonna be honest with you, most of them weren't even making it past the applicant tracking system, also known as the ATS, and they definitely weren't even getting picked up to land a six-figure per year tech role interview. But here's the thing, after helping hundreds of people land six-figure tech roles, I've noticed the same mistakes coming up over and over and over again, and I wanna help you fix that. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the top 5 resume mistakes that instantly get you rejected from tech companies, what actually works in 2025 to get past AI screening that tech companies are using in their hiring process, and the exact resume format that's helping tech professionals land interviews right now. I'm going to show you real examples of resumes before and after the changes were made with the actual amounts of interviews that they landed, so you know exactly what to change in your resume to start getting more interviews in the tech industry. And the best part is, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how to get my resume template that's responsible for hundreds of people landing tech interviews. So all you have to do is take the template, put in your details, and you're much more likely to get to where you want to be in your tech career. Mistake number 1 is making your resume like it's 2020. So a lot of people have literally never even updated their resume, and they're still using those same strategies that they were using before, and those really don't work anymore. So when it comes to applying to different jobs, you want to make sure that your resume is going to be tailored to the roles that you're applying to. You also want to make sure that your resume has the in-demand tech skills that companies are actually looking to hire professionals for. Some old advice that I've seen people using on their resume is having every single job they've ever had listed, and they don't even update those jobs to reflect to how it's going to help with the roles that they're applying to. So if you don't update your resume and your resume doesn't really wow the recruiter for them to want to call you in to have an initial screening interview, there's no way that you're going to make it to the hiring manager. A lot of tech professionals also don't have any professional summaries on their resume, and I think this is the best cheat code that you can use for your resume because I call it a mini cover letter. You can utilize this space to show how your experience is going to line up to the roles that you're applying to. You can also use it to stand out and show your unique advantages that you'll be able to bring to the company, and you'll be able to use it to show the certifications that you might have, the technical skills that you might have, and if you already have a clearance, and just the type of work that you've been doing and the programs you've worked on before. One of the biggest mistakes that I see on resumes is basically just copy and pasting the job description, not changing anything about it. You have to make sure that your resume is not like this. You want to make sure that you're focusing on impact statements, how you created value, how you were able to help the team run more efficiently, or software that you were able to create, or processes that you created while you were working for a company, and that will show the impact that you're going to bring. So make sure that you have a lot of quantifiable bullets on your resume. When it comes down to what these ATS systems are looking for, one of the biggest red flags is a resume that was 100% generated by AI. If you're going to use AI, you have to make sure that you're utilizing a previous resume. You need to make sure that you're utilizing information about yourself. It's utilizing the right tone, the right style. If you have a bunch of M dashes, if you let any type of emoji slip through for whatever reason, or if you have a lot of bolded words that makes your resume look like it was obviously made by ChatGPT, it's going to get thrown out immediately. These systems are going to be looking to see if you have the right skills, if you have the right certifications, if you have the right in-demand qualifications that the company's looking for. When you go look at a job description and you see a bunch of different skills that you've never seen before, it's time to start upskilling. And that brings me into mistake number 2, which is the skills section. Your skills section is extremely important. It has to align to the roles that you're applying to, and it has to align to the in-demand skills that companies are looking for. Let's say, for example, you are a software developer and you're applying to a role that's looking for a software developer that has AI skills, that knows how to write programs in specific coding languages, and your resume does not have any of those languages listed. That's going to hurt you. But if you constantly see these skills over and over and over again, you know that that's what the market is looking for. You also want to make sure that your skills show your core competencies as well. When you're applying to different roles, the core competencies are going to be extremely important because you want a hiring manager or a recruiter to quickly glance at your resume and know exactly what it is that you specialize in. So now we have the professional summary, and next you have your technical skills. If you are somebody who likes to put your education on the top of your resume, you can include it at the top as well. But a lot of tech professionals prefer to put their education towards the bottom of the resume because the first page is important real estate. When you're showing the skills that you have in your resume, you want want to make sure that you're showing leadership skills as well. What type of projects did you lead? What type of initiatives did you spearhead? What type of process did you create? SOPs you created? What type of impact did you make at this role? They don't want to just see your resume say responsible for creating XYZ or responsible for doing XYZ. Make sure that it is focused on the impact. What did you spearhead? What did you create? What did you engineer? What type of documentation did you make? What type of training did you do? What type of engineering were you responsible for? What did you architect? They want to know all of these things on your resume. Mistake number 3 is a mistake that I've already started to touch on earlier in this video, but it's missing impact metrics. You want to make sure that you have your impact on your resume. And depending on where you're applying for jobs at, some resumes, they literally are going to want you to have the STAR method on the resume to see exactly what you did while you were at these roles that you worked. I know, for example, if you end up applying for jobs for FAANG companies or big tech companies, they kind of like to see the STAR method written out on your resume. Or if you're applying for jobs in the GovTech industry, they're going to want to see the type of impact that you made on the projects and programs that you worked on. What type of efficiencies did you create, and just overall what you were able to accomplish while you were in that role. What you want to do to make these impact statements, you want to make sure that you're utilizing a verb at the beginning of your resume bullet, and you also want to make sure that you are detailing the technology that you use, the technical skill, whatever type of tool or platform that you use. You want to talk about what type of program that you supported or team that you were working on. And then if you had any type of quantifiable impact, make sure you have that listed on your resume. And that's how you create impactful bullet points when you're making your technical resume. And most importantly, when you're making your resume, you need to make sure that it reads more senior and have those leadership qualities that company is going to be able to see. You don't have to necessarily lead the team, but they want to look for somebody who has senior qualities, who they don't need to train too much. They want to see somebody who's very resourceful, who comes up with their own processes, knows how to follow directions, identify where things can be improved at, and just overall come in and make a big impact at the company. Mistake number 4 is having the wrong ATS optimization, which is what I've talked about a little bit earlier too. If you aren't optimizing for the right things, if you don't have the skills and qualifications that are in demand that the companies are looking for, it's not going to help you. You don't need to create a tailored resume for every single job that you apply to, but I do recommend that you have a few different resumes that are going to be your standard resumes for specific job titles. So once you end up making these resumes based off of the common skills, the common tools, the common certifications that you see companies asking for, then you know that you can start utilizing this resume across the board when you apply to jobs. This will allow you to be more optimized for those specific job titles. Now, if you want to optimize for a specific job itself, you take that general resume that you made for the job title, and then you optimize it specific to that job description. So then you have more keywords that are on your resume. And always make sure that you actually do have that experience if you decide to utilize AI to optimize your resume for these different jobs that you're applying to. When it comes to the ATS systems, mostly what it's doing is just matching keywords. As long as you match a good amount of the keywords and you meet a certain percentage and a certain threshold, you'll be able to get picked out by the system. But a lot of times in GovTech as well, it's not always an AI-based ATS system. A lot of times it will be the recruiter that's literally just looking at the resume, seeing and searching for specific keywords, and then they reach out to you manually. So it's not always the AI system that's against you. It can still be an actual human as well. Mistake number 5 is the certification mistake. If you've been working in tech for 5, 10, 15 plus years, and you have a lot of different tech certifications, you do not need to list every single certification that you have. Make sure that you're only listing the certifications that are actually required for the job or actually go with the job that you're applying to. For example, let's say you have technical project management certifications, maybe you have some business analyst certifications, cybersecurity certs, cloud certifications, but you're only applying to, let's say, a cybersecurity role. You don't really need the project management certifications on your resume. They do not align to the job description. And if you are more senior, you definitely don't need the entry-level certifications that are on your resume. Anytime that I see resumes that have entry-level certifications like the AWS Cloud Certified Practitioner, or even some of the more entry-level Google IT certificate or Google Cybersecurity certificate, if you have 5 to 10 years of tech experience and you have these listed, it just makes you come off as more entry-level. You need to remove these certifications that don't show your experience level and that don't align to the job. So when you're listing out these certifications, you want to include your certifications in the technical skills section of your resume and just have a category for certifications and list the certifications that are actually needed for the job and that actually show that you can do the job and show that you are at the level that you're applying to. So take those entry-level certifications off your resume. If you have more experience in tech, some of the certifications that are going to help you stand out in tech or GovTech specifically are going to be the CompTIA CYSA Plus certification, the CompTIA CAS certification, CompTIA Security Plus, the OSCP certification, the CISSP certification, CISA certification, CISM certification, and the more advanced cloud certifications that are offered by AWS and Microsoft Azure certifications. The more niche you get with your certifications, the better off you're going to be if you're deciding to niche down in your tech career. I haven't talked about how important it is to niche down yet on this channel, so let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about how you can really make high six figures for niching down in your tech career. So once you have the right resume, the right skills, and the right certifications, you'll really be able to stand out in the tech industry in 2025. Now you know exactly what's getting most tech resumes rejected in 2025, and more importantly, how to fix it. But here's the thing, I don't want you to just watch this video and move on. I want you to actually land your dream tech role. And that's why I created a completely free course that teaches you how to scale your tech career salary. And in this course, I include a 100% free tech resume template that implements everything that we just covered. So just click the link in the description below and you can watch this completely free course and learn how you can scale your tech salary. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any more videos. See you on the next one.